And we are live. Don't you wish you had like Bruce Buffer when you first get into these live streams? It's time. Oh, I'd love that. Bullseye Bob here, guys. How y'all doing? This is another episode of Mystery Mail. And I figured I would get online tonight and show you guys some of the things that I have been receiving in the mail lately. Of course, we don't have anybody in the chat yet. I am going to wait just a few minutes to let maybe a few people pop in. But I am raring to go. This is going to be awesome. It is a blustery Tuesday evening here in Portland, Oregon. We've had high winds, lots of rain today, and it's just been absolutely, nasty, actually. So there we go. We got a couple of people that just hopped into the chat. We got Derek Magnus. How you doing there, my friend? We got Miguel Pohl. How you doing? Thank you for joining. Rocco Musetti. How's it going? And Mr. Nova 69. Good to see you, my friend. And we got Brian from Comic Crazy. How you doing, buddy? And Ricardo Cabrera. Good to have you here. Two Gun Pedro. Pew pew. Appreciate you popping in. And Josh Gillifian. I always mess up your name. Maybe you have to tell me how to actually pronounce your name at some point. But I appreciate you being here, brother. And hold on one second. I'm just going to go look at a few things here really quick. Okay. We got, let's see, we got Bruce Johannes. How you doing there, Bruce? He's just joined. My brother Herminio, Mr. Mick. All right. Good to see y'all. Thank you very much for joining tonight. We got Bobby Delaghetto here. And yeah, Derek, I did order the next copy of Razor Blades. Man, I loved the first one. I know that's a variant of the first one. Can't wait for the second one to get here. I went ahead and pulled the trigger and ordered the subscription, so I'll be getting those going forward. But that was a good find to have that variant, so I did pull the trigger on that as well. So I appreciate you letting me know about it. Cool deal. All right, so yeah, like I said, you got John Thomas. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Hope I haven't forgot anybody else. I think I got just about everybody who's joined so far. One of the things that I wanted to do is make a couple of moderators, but in StreamYard, I'm not seeing how to do that. So I'll have to figure that out as we go here. Maybe I have to switch to YouTube and do it from there. But let's see. Brian says, rubbing palms together. Looking forward to seeing what I got. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of good stuff. None of it is like old school stuff, which is coming. I'm gearing up to buy old school stuff. This is a lot of modern stuff, a lot of stuff I'm trying to catch up on. And but I've been having fun lately, just checking out the different stuff that's coming up. But very cool. So as you guys know, this last week on the Comics with Bueller channel, we had the brand new Coffee and Comic Show, which was an amazing time. We went over all of your best Comic-Con moments. It was a great discussion. And while I was there, Bueller actually gave me a number of things that a couple people sent in. So I'm going to show those first because I figured that's kind of like a mail call type thing. So the first one comes from Tony from Comics Proline, who is one of the partners or sponsors of the show. They are the ones that have a lot of great product for you guys to buy. And I hope you guys have been checking it out because the stuff that they have is just, it's bar none. It's really good. I see my good buddy Gore Vidal has joined. How you doing, my friend? And well, Gore, I had to put up some Bullseye action, right? I mean, I can't be putting up Elektra. My name's Bullseye Bob, right? Right on, man. But it's good to see you, Gore. And yeah, that's right, Hermione Station. There we go. But anyway, Tony from Comics Proline, he got some stuff from this place called, let me look it up here really quick because it's a long name for a website. It's marvelousmerchandiseonline.com. They are some of the ones that are actually paying for Bueller to go to that con down in Florida. And they were so kind to send some stuff to me as well. So the first thing, let me just put this back here. First thing is this Venom 29 exclusive cover, which I thought was pretty cool. And then there's a Virgin cover that goes along with it as well. And I don't know who did the artwork on this, but man, I really, really love that particular Venom. It's really cool. But that came from marvelousmerchandiseonline.com, and they were so kind as to send me a couple of copies. They sent Bueller some stuff, and they thought of me as well, which I thought was really cool. So thank you guys for doing that. And then there's a guy named Dave Ernst, and he is on Instagram. And he's an artist, and he has done some stuff for Bueller and I. He actually made a couple of caricatures and sent them to us. Really cool stuff. I like his style. He has kind of like a, it feels street. I think that's the best way I can explain it. But it's really cool stuff. And he did a number of not just caricatures, but also Marvel and DC characters that he sent to us too. So I'm gonna show those here as well. And let's see here. Hack, how you doing there, Hack? Good to see you, my friend. And hold on, let me see if I can do this a different way. If I was to view this in YouTube, I wonder if I could do some change ups here. New pin chat, got it. And if I go over here and look at that. All right. So I do have a few people here. There we go. And all right. And look at that. We got David E68. Is that David Ernst? I just want to ask real quick. Is that you, my friend? Good to see you too, the Hack. I'm just gonna put this back over here. So here we go. So David E68, are you David Ernst? I think you are. Just want to make sure, because if so, I want to make sure. Yep, there it is. Okay, cool deal. So David is in the chat, and he's the one who has done this artwork. First of all, David, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. And thank you very much for not only doing those caricatures of both Bueller and I, but also the awesome artwork that you sent. And I'm just going to kind of showcase a little bit of that. And you guys do David a solid. Go over to Instagram and check out his Instagram page and give him a follow. And but he did this really cool Hulk. And like I said, it feels like kind of a street style, which I really dig. And they're all kind of in the same like style, which I thought was really cool. Here's one that he did of the Flash. And thank you very much for signing these too, my friend. Really cool. And then look at this. He's got Cap. Reminds me of the old Kirby Cap. Very cool. And I mean, I love how you're taking care of the colors in the vein that it's supposed to be in. And really digging your work there, David. And then, of course, for my heart, I appreciate you, man. Look at this. He did a Daredevil. Yeah. Look at that, buddy. And then, of course, my other DD favorite, Doom, which I thought was pretty cool. Check that out, man. That is just awesome stuff. And then look at this. Now the only thing I'm going to say about this, David, just let you know, it's a little fat in the face, but that's okay. I understand why you did it. But look at this. There's the bullseye Bob, people. Come on now. He's got the Scully cap on me and everything. But really appreciate that. I have the larger one. I don't think it'll fit up on the stand here. But there they are. Definitely, David, thank you so much for doing that artwork, for sending that to us. Your stuff is really awesome. And like I said, guys, do me a favor and go check out his Instagram page. Look him up on Instagram and go give him a follow. Go give him some love because he's definitely supporting the community. Let me see if I've missed anybody here. It looks like we got Ricky Spanish in the chat. How you doing, my friend? Let me see here. There you do. And we got Michael Gallant. How you doing, my friend? We got William Smallwood. How's it going, William? Good to see you, my friend. We got Ace Bonnie. How's it going, Ace? I haven't seen you for a little bit. Man, that's awesome stuff. But yeah, exactly right, Brian. That's an awesome AOK. And again, Brian, or David, I should say, thank you very much. Appreciate you. That's just awesome stuff. I really appreciate it. The other thing I want to show off that he did, and I haven't read these yet, but David has also self-published his own comic books. And he sent a couple of these. He's personalized them to me. I can't wait to read them. I can't wait to see his stuff. But this is the first one. It's called Cartoons in Black. And I always love getting stuff like this because this is stuff that, I know not too many people have in their collection. So it's kind of like it becomes very personal. And so that's the first one. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to read that one. And then the next one is also Cartoons in Black. This one is Aliens in Amish Country, which I thought was a cool title. But there you go. He's got a couple of self-published comic books. Not only is he doing great artwork, but he's doing something that most of us have just always dreamed of, which is doing our own comic book. And so good for you, David. Can't wait to read those. I'll definitely know what I think. And but anyway, appreciate it, man. You guys, this is awesome stuff. Station. We got Ricardo Cabrera in the chat. He says, dude, that Dr. Doom is awesome. Yes, it is. He does some really good stuff there. And Mick says, DD looks brilliant. Absolutely. And, but yeah, we got a few people in the chat here. Thank you guys very much. It looks like we got 28 in the chat right now. Thank you all very much for tuning in and checking out what I'm doing tonight. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Let's see here. I see what you mean by street, Bob. Yeah, exactly. It's got that graffiti vibe to it, doesn't it? But the thing I like about it is that David has his own style, and when you find a good style, it's just that sweet spot that you sit in, and that's definitely what he's doing. And you can see with the characters that he's put on there, he's staying in that style, and it looks fantastic. I love it. It's good stuff. Let's see. Daredevil. Bruce says Daredevil Last Rites Epic Collection came out today. Anybody else get it? I have not gotten. I have not got it, but it's definitely on my list of things to get. And I'll just be honest, that list is quite large. There we go. Okay, so here we go. That was an awesome okay from David Ernst. And but again, he had sent those to Bueller. And so technically it wasn't mail. But that's okay. So this is now stuff that actually came to my mailbox. And the first one, as you can see, is a Scorpion Comics box. So you know there's going to be some exclusive variant goodness inside of here. And so let's go ahead and get this open. And you'll have to excuse me. I always do this with an X-Acto knife. I try not to do it too quickly so that I don't ruin what's in the box. All right. Sometimes you got to find the sweet spot on these too. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Got the old Scorpion Comics sticker that they always put in. Oh, yeah. All right. So you guys know I am definitely a Gabriel Del Otto fan. I don't like everything that he does, but there's a number of pieces that he's done in the past that I really like. And this is stuff that's starting to come out for the King in Black event coming up. But this is basically, actually, this is not from the King in Black. This is from the Empire event. But this is the Web of Venom, Empire's End, the Del Otto cover. And not only did I get the trade dress, but I also got the Virgin cover as well. And so I just really enjoy Del Otto stuff. He's been doing a lot of this type of style lately where it looks like it's been done on canvas, which is really cool. And I just love how he uses the white to highlight the light spots, which is really cool. And but I got a number of things from Del Otto. One of them is Marvel Comics issue 1000. I got the 1 in 200 Del Otto Virgin, and that has been signed, and it's at CGC right now as we speak, being graded, and I can't wait to get that back. But this is another one that I'm going to hold on to, and I'll get Mr. Del Otto to sign that. But that is an awesome, awesome cover of Venom. Pretty cool. Very happy to have that in my collection. What do you guys think? I mean, I know that, you know, it's kind of controversial with all the variants that come out. I'm quite partial to some of the exclusive variants. Because there's some really special ones, and whenever one catches my eye, I'll always get it. You know, not so much always to make money, but because I think it looks good in my collection. If it does go up in price, great. But if not, I've got a really, really cool cover in my collection that I can display. If I don't send it into CGC, I do, like behind me, I've got the comic book frames. I can always throw them up there and put it on the wall of fame, and which I'll probably do with the trade dress here pretty soon. But man, that's an awesome cover. That's fire right there. Digging it, absolutely digging it. All right, what do you guys think of this one? Woohoo. Miguel says, nice cover. Brian says, wow, those Venoms are smoking. Bob, great pickup. Thank you, my friend. Mick says, John, sick, dude, sick. This is pretty cool stuff. It's good to have y'all in the chat. Thank you all for joining tonight. Oops, sorry about that. Can you guys see me? I lost my broadcast there for a second. Here we go. Boom. All right. Since we got, looks like my good buddy Bueller joined us tonight. How you doing, my friend? Says, looks like your books are on a stand. Very nice. Yes, I took my good buddy's advice. If one of those things that Bueller will always tell you is to get yourself a nice stand and make sure your lighting is right so that when you present your books, when you're doing a video or a live stream, that it looks nice. And so I took my buddy's advice, and that's what I did tonight. And it didn't take me too long, but appreciate your help as always, my friend. Let's see. Derek Magnus says Scorpion has great backstock section clearance. I dig it. Yeah, I noticed that today, and they're also on their Facebook. Whoever's the moderator has been putting a lot of stuff out tonight, just dropping little nuggets, saying like I got 10 of these left, or I got 20 of these left, and people are claiming them left and right. I wish stockings were as big as comic books. They make great stocking stuffers. We got Two Gun Pedro says, I only pick up the variants I like. I don't pick up everything. Yeah, I think that's wise. Absolutely. Nova says, I like that Virgin cover. Yeah, that's a nice one, isn't it? John Thomas says, digging it. I'm digging it too, my friend. But so yeah, that's my first box tonight. What do you say? Let's go ahead and open up another one. This one, let's see. It comes from Gotham Underground. What did I buy from Gotham Underground? I think this might be one of my eBay buys. Biggie Shack. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining tonight. All right. So let's see. Yeah, this is definitely one of the ones I caught off of eBay. So let me go ahead and put this over here. Let me pull this out of the box. There we go. So here lately, I've been looking for back issues that I don't have of Ice Cream Man, and that's what this is. I absolutely love Ice Cream Man, and this one is from issue number 4. There we go, and I got that one for a good price. And I have the whole Ice Cream Man collection, thanks to my good buddy Brian. Brian from Comic Crazy. If you haven't been to his channel, definitely go check it out. But he has another one of these YouTube game shows for the comic book community. I know that we have Comigories is one of those. My Battle Draft is kind of like a game show type for him. But Brian has figured out a way to create a Jeopardy show with comic book trivia questions, and the way he's got it set up is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check that out. He's going to have the Portland Comics crew on here pretty soon, but the one that I was on, I won, and he basically sent me all 4 of the Ice Cream Man collected graphic novels, and so I have the whole collection. But I've been slowly making my way of getting all the floppies. I want to get them all, like the Pokemon. Got to have them all. And so this is issue number 4. Like I said, I got that for a good price. Let's see here. Who am I missing? Steve White. How you doing there, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. And there we go. Hack says, don't forget to smash that thumbs up, guys. See you later, Bob. Hack, thank you for joining, my friend. Hope you got the package that I sent. If not, you'll get it soon for the comic book that YouTubers are signing. Anyway, we'll talk, Hack. Let's see. Ezra says, sweet. My favorite cover of Ice Cream Man was number 19. Number 19 is the one that has like the instruction manual, right? That was a pretty awesome issue. And but there we go. So yeah, so that was my next one. And For those of you who just joined that didn't see, this was the first one I got, which is the Web of Venom, Empires, and Del Otto. I got both the trade dress and the Virgin cover, and really happy to have that one in my collection. So, okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know that, Hack. We got me, Josh, in the chat. How you doing, my friend? All right. And Steve White says, I have never read Ice Cream Man. How is it? Steve, just pick it up. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter which one you pick up. It's an anthology, so every book is pretty much a standalone by itself. I kept, getting hits from, Bueller and Robbie and Damien, Sleepy Reader. And they all kept telling me how great it was. And when I picked it up, I absolutely fell. Every issue is insane. I think ever since I've been reading it, just about every month, it makes my pick of the week for the month. It's fantastic. And so I highly recommend it. It's really cool. So that's the next one. Let me go ahead and put these ones down. And let's go ahead and open up another box. See what else I got here. So this one is another eBay buy. Go ahead and get this one opened up with my trusty X-Acto knife. Like I said, most of these are going to be modern buys. There's not going to be a lot of old school bangers in this mail call, but that's okay. I've just been accumulating quite a few of them lately, and so I figured I'd go ahead and let you guys see what I got. There we go. All right, so this one is another Ice Cream Man, and whoever sent this one used some pretty thick backing board to send it, which is pretty cool. Want to make sure that it's safe and sound on its way. Let me go ahead and pop this. I like people who take the time to make sure things are sent properly. I know Bueller is probably going to make a joke about that in about 2 seconds, so just watch out for that. But, okay, there's a little bit of tape at the bottom here, but this one is Ice Cream Man number 9, and this is the B cover, which I thought was pretty cool. Didn't have that one in my collection. And some of these B covers for Ice Cream Man, they almost immediately go up in price. And so, I try to pick them up for the best price that I can, because I'm usually watching them. And this one was just a little over cover price, so I think I made out on this one. So let's see. So Steve White says, "Cool, thanks. So tomorrow is new comic book day, so I'll grab a copy." Yeah, Ice Cream Man comes out tomorrow for sure. Let's see. Ezra says the palindrome issue was amazing. Absolutely. What he's talking about is there's an issue of Ice Cream Man that you can read from the front cover to the back cover and then back again, and it's a palindrome. It's amazing. Let's see. Comic Crazy, he says Ice Cream Man will surely be missed once they end this run. Get on the truck for now. One hell of a ride. Yeah, there's that, and then there's also Haha. The same writer is coming out with another anthology series based on clowns, which I thought was pretty cool. See, James Winkler's in the chat. How you doing? He said, "Bobby, what's up?" I see. So Bueller in the house. Yes, he's here. And Ricky says, "That's cool. It's a cool Shaw Brothers shirt. I know you've seen 36 Chambers and 5 Deadly Venoms. I've seen them all, my friend. I am a Shaw Brothers aficionado. I will be doing a video soon explaining just how Shaw Brothers influenced my comic book reading. Because when I was a kid, I was definitely into Kung Fu theater on Saturday mornings. And the training of Kung Fu, some of the characters inside of those movies definitely had the same feel of heroes in comic books. And so it lent later on to my comic book reading. But I love the old school Shaw Brothers movies. Master Killer, 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, you name it, I've seen them all. It's good stuff. Let's see. Bobby says, cool cover. Yep, thank you, my friend. Gore says, it's an excellent series, John Thomas. It incorporates the best from the Twilight Zone and Night Gallery TV series. It's an unusual series and highly inventive. Yeah, I would agree. I think the writer also keeps it, very modern, for our times. And it's a pretty, some of the issues really creep me out and give me, make me have an emotional response. And if you can do that in this format still, for somebody who's been reading comic books for years, it's something special. And so that's why it usually makes my pick of the week, because it really, really gives me an emotional reaction. It's great stuff. Hey, Robert, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. He says, home, no work. Nice to see you. How are you, Bob? I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Doing even better now that you're here. Let's see. Ricky Spanish says, I can't wait for that. Me too. And I'm a kung fu movie junkie. Right on, my friend. Yep, I'm going to say I'm a martial arts movie junkie because I love all the old school samurai movies too. John Thomas says, Gordon Vidal. Yes, I like the creepy feeling I get after reading. You definitely feel something. That's for sure. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So let's get on to our next box here and see what we got. So here's another one from Scorpion. So, it's going to be an exclusive cover. And I think I've only bought exclusive covers from them. Let me get this open up here. There we go. I think I know what this one is because this was just bought recently. There's the old Scorpion sticker. And here we go. Get the box and bubble wrap down. Now, you guys know I am a huge Shannon Mayer fan. And last week, we had Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl come out. And this is the Shannon Mayer Virgin exclusive cover for Kick-Ass versus Hit Girl. This one was really cool because normally for your exclusive covers, especially from the Comic Mint or from Scorpion, they usually make you buy the trade dress in order to get the Virgin. And in this one, there was no trade dress, that you could just straight buy the Virgin. So that's what I did. Bought the Virgin cover. I always love Shannon Mayer's colors, the way he does colors. Of course, he's got her wearing cool colors with the warm colors in the background. And I mean, you can't beat that. That's an awesome painting. And Shannon is a really good friend of the Brand New Coffee and Comic Show, and we always like to showcase his artwork. On my last review video, he actually last week there was actually 2 Shannon Mayer covers that was released, and I kind of highlighted that. Man, he's just a phenomenal artist, and so I'm really, really happy to have this in my collection. I will be saving that for when the COVID coaster is. The ride is finally over with, and we finally have a Rose City Comic Con or a Washington State Summer Con, and try to get him out here so I can meet him in person and have him sign that for me. So very cool to have that in my collection. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Robert says, sweet. Absolutely. James Winkler says, just purchased that Daredevil Bullseye issue you just showed. Looking forward to it. I think it's a Bullseye 3rd appearance. Absolutely. Old school Bullseye is awesome stuff. Miguel says, hey, Bob, what issue of Ice Cream Man? So the first one I did was issue number 4. And this one is issue number 9, I think. Yeah, this one is issue number 9. There we go. And then, of course, we got the Shannon Mayer cover here. Steve White says, oh, man, love me some Shannon Mayer covers. Aren't they great? Hermione says, great Hit Girl cover. John Thomas, he says, feels like forever since last issue due to the multiple Dr. Seuss covers. Yeah, that's right. Bueller was mentioning that, how they just started pumping out more and more issues of issue number 20 and never came out with issue 21. So very glad to be able to get that tomorrow. Steve White says, I'm grabbing up every cover he does. Just ordered the King in Black for December. Yeah, I got that one on order too. And I have got a bunch in my collection already, but there's a few I haven't got. But I'm doing the same thing, Steve. Everything that he does, I'm picking up. Michael Gallant says, great looking cover. Absolutely. And but man, you just can't beat Shannon's artwork. I just love his eyes are always so striking. I do have a few in my collection that I have gotten signed and slabbed. I think his Wonder Woman 750 is probably one of my favorite covers. His Ghost Spider cover was another one of my favorites. And but you just can't beat his work. It's pretty awesome. So very cool. Very cool. All right, let's move on. Do you guys want to open up some more? Let's check it out. This one's a little thick. I wonder what this is. This one comes from... Oh, Big Time Collectibles. I know what this is. I've been waiting for this for a long time. For a while there, I didn't think it was going to come. But let's just go ahead and get this open. So I ordered this because of the fact that with my LCS, when they have final order cutoff, it usually happens on the weekend, and I'm usually not available. And so I missed the final order cutoff for these. And so I went to Big Time Collectibles because they still had theirs open. And I went ahead and ordered them. Oh, man, he put packing peanuts in here. Why do people still use packing peanuts? At least use some bubble wrap. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me open this up. This won't be... Just going to do this carefully so that I don't damage any of the books. But I think I got 2 of each of these. This is the only title that I collect multiple covers of. So usually you'll see me, I only buy 1 cover of each. I don't usually hoard covers, but of this particular title, I always order 2 covers. And so I'm going to go ahead and take these off of here. All right. And so these are all Spawn 310. We got Ninja Spawn there. And of course, like I said, I bought 2. I bought 2 of them. And so these are all issue number 310. This is the main cover. And again, like I said, always buy 2 of them. And then the last of the 3 covers is the Gunslinger Spawn. And I got 2 of those as well. So, and I just love McFarlane covers. I love the just about every Spawn cover is amazing. And I mean, it's kind of no rhyme or reason why these things jump up in price or roller coaster the way that they do. But this is the only ones I kind of buy as a little bit of investment, because you never know when it's gonna jump up. And so I usually buy 2. But I love the Gunslinger Spawn. Every time he pops up, I try to make sure that I get those. And but yeah, so there they are. So I got the Gunslinger. There's the regular cover. And then this is the first time Ninja Spawn has been on a cover, and I just dig those. Let's see, we got Jay says, Bob, made it live. How's it going, brother? It's going absolutely wonderful. We're opening some stuff here and checking it out. Two Gun Pedro, no pull tabs. No, you didn't put no pull tabs on that one. And then Ezra says, laughing out loud, I haven't seen Packing Peanuts in years. Me either. Yeah, but I almost had to go off on these guys because you know, I get notifications when things ship, and there's a notification program that I have on my phone. It's called Shop, and usually any vendor that is you know, that is tied to Shop or logs into Shop, when I buy something, it'll show, you know, that I've made the purchase, and then it'll give me a notification when it actually ships, and it does it with multiple companies. And so this is one that I had sitting there in my Shop log as not shipped for the longest time. I mean, I think these came out at the beginning of September, and so here we are, you know, in the beginning of November, and you know, I think I just got this like a week, you know, within the last week. And I kept sending email after email and hitting them up on Facebook. And then finally I hit them up on Instagram. And I finally started having to flex a little bit. I'm like, I don't know who you guys are, but this ain't the way to do business. You know, either send me my books or or refund my money, you know. And I got nothing back from them. And I was like, you know, I mean, I could undercut the guy really quickly, you know, by using some of the things that I have, but I'm not that type of guy. I don't want to do that. And so finally, they reached out to me on Instagram and apologized. Their email systems and their Facebook systems, even though they're working and they use them for notifications, they don't read them very much. And so they got a new manager that was just hired, and he's starting to be the liaison to do communications to customers. So he reached out to me on Instagram and gave me a huge apology, and told me he was personally going to get them out, and he did. So good for those guys, because I know there's a number of people in the community who do use Big Time Collectibles. I think I've seen Robert Galvin is following them as well, and so I knew that they were reputable, you know, somewhat, you know, within the community. But I just didn't like kind of being ghosted for, you know, that amount of time, especially when you pay good money down, you know. So Ezra says, as someone who's just starting to get into Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn is that dude. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're just getting into Spawn, good for you, my friend. There's a lot of great Spawn to read. Hermione says, yeah, I started buying the Spawns from $2.90 because of Jim Comics. Yeah, Jim Comics, I love when he does his his specs, that, you know, when he talks about specking and things like that. The guy's usually pretty right on. And but he'll always tout the Spawn covers for sure. Steve White says, will you send one copy out to Slab? Yeah, you know, when it comes to the Spawn covers, I am collecting the whole run as something that I'm doing with my son, because he's a huge Spawn fan, and that's kind of one of the ways that we connect. And covers like this that start to blow up, I'll almost definitely send it out to get slabbed. Right now, I think I have 4 of the homage covers at CGC right now. So I've got the Spawn 230, which is the Batman cover, that McFarlane did at when he was on Batman. So that's there, and then a couple of the others. So, but I do send them out to CGC, especially when they're exclusive and they start to blow up a bit, for sure. Let's see. Brian says, awesome Spawns. I found the cover D sketch in a back issue bin. Had to have it for the color it in factor. Absolutely. I just love those, Brian. And I hopefully will be able to get back into doing some coloring here pretty soon. I've just been pretty busy. Work has been crazy since the whole COVID thing has happened, even though I'm working from home. we're just slammed, full gear because of how many different dynamics. When you're in supply chain and you got issues with, hiring and, lockdowns and all that type of stuff, it really puts a strain on everything. And so work has been pretty difficult. So I haven't been able to do a lot of coloring here lately. Let's see, Ganjabar, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you here. He says, thanks for getting me hooked on the current Daredevil run. Absolutely, Chip Zdarsky's killing it. I see your panel of the week of Daredevil number 23, and that sold me on Cicchetto's art. Yeah, thank you very much for that, first of all. Second of all, Marco Cicchetto's artwork on Daredevil is incredible, as is Chip Zdarsky's writing. I just absolutely love this run. I'm so excited to see what he's going to do next, because the stuff that he's starting to get into with Mike Murdock just showing up. He told me over a year ago at Emerald City Comic Con that he had something special planned with Mike Murdock, which I thought was kind of intriguing. But when that annual came out and it was all about Mike Murdock and the way he laid it out, I knew that this was going to be the next huge antagonist for Matt Murdock. So it's going to be really cool. And then also Marvel has basically contracted him to do Daredevil for the next year. So we have Chip Zdarsky for at least the next year, and I'm very happy about that. So cool, but awesome getting on the book, man. It's a really good one. There we go. G-Spot says, so true, buddy. Absolutely, my friend. Ganjabar, Bob may be a DD fan as well. Man, that's awesome, you guys. I really appreciate that. If I have any influence over somebody getting into something new, I mean, that's kind of why, I do this. It makes me feel really good. But there's so much really good stuff out there. If I can turn somebody onto it, I'm so happy to do it. Comics on the Mind says, what's up, Bob and Comic Peeps? Good to have you in the chat, my friend. Jesus Ramon says, Spawn Dark Ages is a must read too. Absolutely. That's some really good stuff. I love the Spawn character. Ricardo, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining the chat. He says, Bob, you ever buy any comic mystery boxes? I did for a while, and every once in a while, I'll get a wild hair up my butt, and I'll get a mystery box. But 9 times out of 10, I'm usually disappointed by them, and I usually get a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't never buy in my collection. And so then after that, I kind of feel like it wasn't worth it. And so I don't usually get them, but every once in a while I'll see something that intrigues me. Like, there's possibility, one of the special books that they're putting in the myriad of boxes that they're creating. And I'll take a chance to get an Ultimate Fallout 4. Why not? Who wouldn't? But then when I get the box, I'm usually disappointed, and that kind of keeps me from buying them for a little while again. But like I said, every once in a while I do get them. See, Nova says, I've been reading Spawn since issue 1, and I did buy 2 copies of issue 1. That's awesome. I had them all at one point, up into everything that they had published up until about 2001. And then that's about the time that I sold my collection, which I'm still sore about that. So now I'm in the mode of recollecting them, and I'm pretty much starting with the hardest to find first, because all the rest of them are pretty readily available. Let's see. Mick, he says, the new Gunslinger Spawn cover looks awesome. I'll be picking that one up. Yeah, there's a few of them that have been released lately. I was very blown away at just how much they blew up. Let's see. Real Rude 6. How you doing, my friend? He says, I started at 306. Yeah. And then was lucky to find 301. Robert, my friend, says, Spawn for me is kind of hit or miss. And always when it comes to your son, just as with me and my grandsons, you there. Absolutely. Yeah, Spawn is one of those things where I used to love to read Spawn. A lot of the stuff that McFarlane's writing in the new books, I get kind of lost in the narrative. And so it is kind of hit and miss. But let's face it, I'm not buying the Spawn books because I like the story at this point. It's always the artwork, always has been. You know, I mean, there are some places where the story got really good. Right now, I think it's kind of weird. I mean, he'll get into the story, and then for whatever reason, there's something that just I get confused and I get lost. And so I don't know if it's like that for anybody else. But the current run, I think, is kind of confusing as to where he's at right now, which is why I don't review it as much. Let's see, James, how you doing, buddy? He says Chichetto's very talented. Absolutely. John Thomas said, "What are you guys thinking about Stillwater?" I love Stillwater, and I think Zdarsky's writing is great. New issue of Stillwater comes out tomorrow, actually. Robert says, "Hey, comics on the mind." Yeah. Let's see. What are some Spawn books you recommend? Yeah, I mean, I always have everybody start at the beginning. I mean, you've got to get into you know, the crux of the character, meet Sam and Twitch, and kind of start progressing from there. I mean, it's I love that stuff. Sometimes I'll go back and reread like the first 50 issues, but I would recommend starting there. Jesus Ramon says, "Saw you with Bueller on the coffee show. Great video, Bob. Yeah, it's my favorite time of the week, getting together with Bueller. We just have such a good time, and it's we actually like each other too." Comic Crazy says, "My favorite Spawn cover so far is 233. I believe the Walking Dead homage. I was just looking at that particular cover today. I do have that. I have all those homage covers." Let's see. Two Gun Pedro says Mindshift. So yeah, but yeah, Spawn is a great title, and like I said, I really am collecting them at this point, just for my son. We're going to get them all, and then we're going to decide what we want to do with them. If he wants to keep them, I'll most certainly just give them all to him. Some of them are going to be slabbed, but if he wants to sell them, I'm okay with that too. It just whatever my son wants to do. I just want to support him and I mean, do something with him, you know, in that regard. And you know, collecting these has been an absolute fun time, because every time I get one of the books, or he, you know, points out that he's found another one, we always connect over that. It's a fun time. So let's go ahead and open up the next one, and this is the last box for tonight. And I think I know what this one is, and I'm probably more excited about this one than all the rest of them that I've opened up tonight. And again, it's not an old book, it's modern. Let's see, this one's going to be a little trickier to open. And just make sure that I do it the right way, because I do not want this one damaged at all. Oops. Make sure that I open this correctly. Boy, he did a really good job on this. Oh, I see what he did. Okay. All right. There we go. I saw in Very Gary Comics, he's got this opener, this that's designed specifically for opening these Geminis and stuff like that, so that you don't damage what's inside. I need to get me one of them things. I like my X-Acto knife, but I'm always afraid that I'm going to cut into a book, or, you know, I'm getting old, man. I slip. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so I know I do know what this is. All right, so so I have the main cover of this, and I found this for a very decent price and pulled the trigger on it, because these are going up in price. If you if you look, it's kind of a roller coaster. If you look it up on eBay, you'll see that people have them listed for some high prices, and then you can still get some of them for a very, very affordable. But this is Ice Cream Man #1, and it's the B cover, which to me always looked like an homage to Pink Floyd's The Wall. But now I have both covers of issue #1, and that one's definitely going to get CGC slabbed. I'm really happy to have this one in my collection because, like I said, I love the Ice Cream Man title, and if you look at usually on independents, usually issue 1 is always the one that will blow up. It's very rare that you get the other ones to blow up unless it's a special cover, and so now I got both covers of issue #1 of Ice Cream Man. Very happy to have it in my collection. I wasn't in on this book when it first came out, and so very, very happy to get it. So very cool. Yes. Woo! Right on. So let's see. Ganjabar says, watching Spider-Man open up to Daredevil about killing someone was top-notch writing, and the concept of Daredevil and the masked lawyer being put on trial. Number 24 cover with Daredevil under the gavel is iconic. Absolutely. That scene where he's with Spider-Man and Spider-Man, starts confiding in him. And as soon as Matt realizes that all is forgiven between them, to Peter's surprise, Matt just reaches over and grabs a hold of him and gives him a hug. And Matt just hit my heart huge, man. It was such a cool scene on that rooftop. And just a moment between two friends. And then, of course, after that, they talked the rest of the night away on the rooftop. And that's the relationship between Spider-Man and Daredevil that I've always loved. Is that dynamic between them has always been really cool. Let's see. Joseph says, "Are you watching Titans, Bob?" I've seen the first 2 seasons because I did have the DC streaming service. When it first came out, I got it on a deal, and so I've watched the first 2 seasons. I don't know, has the 3rd season come out? I wasn't sure of that, and I'm waiting to get HBO Max until we get closer to the Snyder Cut, and then I'll let go of my my other HBO subscription that I have, and then I'll just get HBO Max, and because there's a lot of cool stuff that's coming out that I'm going to want on that. John Thomas said, the dynamic duo of coffee and comics. Absolutely, man. That's what we do here in Portland. We got nothing but coffee shops. We got nothing but brew pubs, and we got comic book creators and comic book shops, man. So that's what we do. We're drinking coffee in the morning, beer at night, and hanging out and talking comics. Let's see. Comics on the Mind says, pew, pew. Talking about Two Gun Pedro. He says, "Hey, Lord Roscoe, thank you very much for joining tonight, buddy." He says, so besides Dee Dee and Dr. Doom, who is your favorite character? Hands down, after that, it becomes Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan. And but Dee Dee and Dr. Doom are my 2, man, from there. And I'm a huge I love villains. I love the villains. I think some of the heroes don't become who they are without the villains. And so in my collecting, some of my grails are more about first appearances of villains than they are about first appearances of the heroes. I love the Flash, but I'm not going after the first appearance of Flash. I am going after the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd. I love Gorilla Grodd. And so, there's a few characters that I absolutely love. They're always my mainstays. But yeah, after Daredevil and Dr. Doom, it's definitely the Batman. Ricardo Cabrera says, Marvel needs to bring out more DD variants. Wouldn't you agree? They were for a while. And I think at the beginning of this particular run, they brought out a variant just about every month. And I think people got fatigued over it. I'd like to see them bring out a few more. Because I'm missing them. I think that just having John Romita Jr. On the variants was kind of cool at the beginning, but we need other artists to do variants. I'd love to see some Joe Quesada. He's one of my favorite Daredevil artists. I'd love to see him do some more variants. But yeah, I'm always up for more Daredevil, man. Two Gun says I saved the best for last. Absolutely. I was very happy to get that issue number 1. John Thomas says, I feel you on the old part. Yeah, thanks for the support, buddy. Miguel Poole says, nice cover. I like that. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great cover. Like I said, I always felt like it was an homage to Pink Floyd's The Wall. And very cool. Steve White says, congratulations. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm very happy to have that one in my collection. Comics on the Mind says, congrats. Thank you, my friend. Also, Ezra, congrats. Thank you, my friend. Comic Crazy says, that looks really clean and would be fantastic slabbed on the Bob Cave wall. Absolutely. I think I like this cover more than the original number 1 cover, and I'm more apt to get this one slabbed than the other one. We'll see. I'll probably save the other one for the signer, not signer, the writer. His last name's Prince, Maxwell Prince. I'll probably have him sign that one, then I'll get it slabbed. Devin Griffith says, that's a sweet book. Congrats on the Grail. Thanks, my man. And let's see. You know what? I just realized what you're doing, Michael. Thank you very much. He says two double sticks cover. He's referring to the old Daredevil sticks rating system I did on my first review videos, and appreciate that. This is definitely 2 sticks up, my friend. Yeah. So I had a rating system on my original reviews, and I would show a graphic on the screen about whether I liked the book or not. And if I liked the book, I gave it 2 sticks up. Daredevil's fighting sticks, I'd show a graphic of him with his fighting sticks. If I was on the fence, it would be a stick up and a stick down. And if I didn't like the book, he got 2 sticks down. And so that's what he's talking about. Great call back to that. Let's see. Mick says Bob's only a year older than me. I'm not old. No, but I sure feel old, man. John Thomas says I'm a ride or die bat bitch. Okay, man. I hear what you're saying, dude. Let's see. Josh says we've got snobs and bad coffee here in Ohio, Bob. I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you got coffee. You should come out to Portland sometime and hang out with us, man. We'll meet up either at the Refuge or Mocha Express and have some coffee and talk comics. Who is your favorite female superhero? That is a good question. I know that Gore Vidal would love it if I said Elektra, and it is not Elektra. But there are a number of female characters that I really like. I love Black Widow. I think she's awesome. I also am a fan of Harley Quinn at some times. And I also like the Huntress as well. Street level, and then there are times when I like Captain Marvel as well. And so, and then, and my thing is, it's not that I don't like Elektra. I think she's a great character. I just think that Frank Miller created her in the beginning just to be killed. And that's something that never sat well with me. And so I always had a bad taste in my mouth about, going so far as to getting behind her. When they brought her back, I thought it was kind of cool. So I know my buddy Gore wants me to say Elektra. Pretty cool. There it is. Comic Race is FF number 4. Yep. FF number 4. I think it's actually number 5. First appearance of Dr. Doom is my ultimate grail. It'll take me a while to build up to get that one, but I will have that in my collection someday. First appearance of Dr. Doom, I have to have it. And a lot of the stuff that I'm buying is building up so that I can get enough money to put up a lot in trade and then some cash and get myself an FF number 5, the original Kirby, man. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Josh says villains are what make the heroes, I feel. In some cases, absolutely. I would agree with that, which is why I love them so much. Lord Roscoe, thank you for joining the chat tonight, man. He says Ice Cream Man is an absolute great series. Great cover, brother. Thank you very much. And here we go. Jesus Ramon, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Appreciate that. I just got $5. That's the price of a new comic book. And he says a chat for Kingpin. Congrats. Thanks, man. Kingpin is so far my best cosplay that I've ever done. So thank you for mentioning that. But thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Ganjabar says, agreed on villains making the heroes. Love a good villain that makes you think and challenges the hero to be better. Absolutely. And then I think, really when it comes to real life, I mean, I know that there's good and evil, but most of the time, you don't find that people are truly evil. It's whatever motivates them to do what they do. Like Dr. Doom is one of my favorite characters. There is a team up book with what is that character's name? Kazar and Dr. Doom. So you have a story of Kazar in the front and Dr. Doom in the back, and it was issue number 8. I have it here in my collection. But when I was a kid and I read that issue, it was the first time that I understood Dr. Doom for the first time, and understanding his motivation of what drove him. And in that issue, it basically shows that once per year, he locks himself in the tower of his castle and he goes to hell to try to fight for the soul of his mother. And just how much my mother meant to me, and understanding I would have done anything to have her back. That made me love the character so much because I understood him at that point and why he could be so magnanimous towards other people. I mean, if you can go to hell and fight and come back and then know you're going to have to do it again next year, you're not afraid of nothing. And so, when he talks down to people, it's because they're like this to him. And I completely understand that. But I would have done anything to get my mother back. And so seeing that was his motivation for a lot of the things that he a lot of things that he does, I didn't see him as so much as evil anymore, but being motivated by a circumstance that was horrific to him, to lose his mother that way and for her to be tortured in hell and want to go save her. Man, that's me. You want to call me a villain, go ahead. But I would definitely go and reach into hell to get my mother and snatch her out of the jaws of the fiery pit if I could, if that was where she was at. So that's why I love Dr. Doom, guys. So let's see, Man Bear Pig, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for joining the chat tonight. Love the videos, appreciate that. I'm planning on doing a lot more. And he says also, go Cowboys. Yes, my friend, I will always say go Cowboys. They're in a bad spot right now, but I'm a diehard fan, and you won't hear me cheering for any other team. Herminio says, Spider-Man and Batman for me. Great characters, my friend. You can't go wrong with those. Come on. Then we got Comic Book Hangover says, hey, all, this is my first time checking out a solo video, Bob. Great way to end the day. Well, thank you very much for joining and for watching. I really appreciate that. Good to have you here, and welcome, man. Welcome to the Bob Cave. Ganjabar says, what's up with the Gore Vidal reference? Gore Vidal is a good friend of the show, and we have a running joke about Elektra. And so anytime you see him in the live stream or commenting on any of my videos, he's usually making a joke about Elektra, because I made a comment one time that I didn't like her. And it wasn't that I don't like her. I just think, like I said earlier, that she was created just to be killed, and I had a problem with that. And so he's kind of rubbed it into me from there. And so we have this running thing going on. It's all in good fun. And Real Root 6 says, beer and comics sounds about right. Absolutely. That's Portland, my friend. Mick says, plus Daredevil and Black Cat. Yeah, Black Cat's another one that I've never really gotten into. But I tell you what, if you guys have seen that new Shannon Mayer Black Cat cover, it just went on sale on Sunday. It's complete fire. If it's just another one of covers that'll go down as my favorites. It's amazing. Let's see here. We got Lord Roscoe says you should check out the new variant show from Hero and the Kid because I sent in a Daredevil cover for funniest, ugliest variant with Elektra with a little beard. I saw that today, my friend, and you're right. It looks like she has a little goatee, which was pretty cool. But now that I know that it's you sending in those variants, that's very cool, my friend. Hero and the Kid, really good friends of the show, personal friends. If you guys haven't been checking out their content, definitely go check them out. They're putting out at least 4 to 5 videos a week. Young Will, he's one of those that is a young man keeping comic books alive. We don't have a lot of young readers nowadays. And we have somebody in our YouTube community who's, I think he's 15 now. I know he's 14 or 15. That is an avid comic book reader and has a passion for him and is doing videos. Go give him some love because we need more kids like that in the community, you guys. And they're doing a fantastic job, him and his dad over there. John Thomas says, got to get ready for work. Have a stellar evening. Later, friends. John Thomas, you have a wonderful night, my friend. Thanks for joining tonight. Fable Station, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. Hermanio says, Daredevil is up there for me too. Black Cat is one of my top females. Absolutely, man. Let's see here. Who else we got? Unless you're Iron Man who makes villains. Yeah. Iron Man, well, is the cause of everything that went wrong in the MCU. I mean, if you really think about it. So yeah, some people call him a villain. Sean McMillan says, Bob, how you doing there, Sean? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining tonight. Let's see. Comic Crazy says, extremely deep storyline with that Doom backstory. Touches a chord for sure. Thank you, my friend. But that's why we're into this, right? I mean, comics, at the very least, has touched us to our core in some way or another. And I mean, it hooks us for life. I don't know about you guys, but I've always been ever since I got into comics. I have never not been a fan. There's times when I stopped buying them, but I have never not been a fan, and it's because of stuff like that. Let's see. Hermanio says Kamala Khan is getting up there for me, especially the G. Willow Wilson run. I haven't read that run yet. It's definitely on my list. I wasn't too up on Kamala Khan until I started playing the video game, the Avengers video game, and she's one of the funnest players in that game. So I definitely am going to go check out some Ms. Marvel, with Kamala Khan, because I just love the character in the game. Let's see. Ricardo Cabrera says, that's awesome, dude. The way you see Doctor Doom. Absolutely. Perspective is everything, right? That's cool. We see Doctor Doom. That's how I feel about Ultron. Ultron's another one of those characters. I mean, if you understand his motivation, it's a really cool thing. Ben Compton said, what's up, Bob? How you doing there, Ben? Appreciate you joining. Man Bear Pig says, I've always enjoyed the villain stories more than the heroes themselves. Always find it interesting about their motives to do what they do. Plus, a lot of them are just way cooler, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I mean, that's it. If you can get behind the motivation of what drives a villain, you'll find a great story. And I mean, that is not real life anyway. You really don't find that people are inherently evil. There are some people out there. I've met and seen true evil in my lifetime. And I'll just explain that because you guys know I'm a pastor. When I was on the street and I was homeless, and I was in the midst of my drug use, I found a kid who had been born with AIDS, and he'd lost everything. And it tore his soul apart. And he got to a point to where he wasn't only just mad about how his life had turned out, but he had gone so far as to go prey on young girls, and he would lay with them. And when he was done, he would say, I took their soul. And because he knew he had probably given them AIDS. That's evil. That is complete evil. And I've seen it personified. And usually, when you see what they're doing, you can understand how they got there. But the fact that they don't have any redeeming quality makes it very difficult, to see it any other way. I'm not saying he can't be redeemed, but that is evil personified. But in most cases, when you find somebody who's looked upon as doing something bad, when you find out their motive, then you understand that it's not so much that it's evil, but it's a driving factor inside of their life, and you can understand where they're coming from, and that's where conversation can happen. That's where the good stuff happens, because if conversation can happen and perspective happens, and both sides can see eye to eye, then conversation can come to reconciliation, and then you can have somebody truly transformed from where they're at. So always remember that. Let's see here. We got Mick A. He says, Hermione, I'm on the new Black Widow run. She's good in the early Daredevil run. Sorry, I just got really heavy there for a second, guys. All right, let's see. Jesus Ramon says, my ASM 300 is signed by Todd McFarlane. I love it. Yeah, I love getting my book signed. That is one of my favorite things. Let's see. We got Devin Griffiths. He says, which Donny Cates runs are you enjoying more, Venom or Thor? Love your channel. Keep the great content coming. Actually, I am enjoying the Venom run more. I loved where he was going with the Black Winter, and then once that whole event ended, it's kind of been on a holding pattern. We'll see what he does here with going back to Donald Blake. And seeing him as kind of a villain, I'm excited to see where he goes with that. But I love Cates' writing, so but I'd have to say I'm more enjoying Venom right now. Let's see. Hermenio says you'll love the Kamala Khan books from G. Willow Wilson. They're awesome. I love her writing anyway, but I guarantee I'm gonna dig those stories. Fable says I love how Chip Zdarsky's writing Kingpin. Absolutely, that last issue when he went after Hammerhead just went off on him. I just loved it. That's such good stuff. Ricky says, damn, that's a terrible story. Yeah, it was, Ricky, and I probably shouldn't do it here, but I wanted to illustrate what I meant by true evil. Let's see, that would be classified as evil for sure. There we go. Agu! How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for joining the chat tonight. And then Ricky said that story should be an Ice Cream Man. Yeah, that's a tragic one. But listen, guys, I really appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Thank you for being here with me in the chat, opening up some goodness that I've had kind of stacking up for the last couple of weeks. Man, I love talking comics. I love collecting comics, and I sure appreciate you guys in the comic book community, because you guys are the ones that make this pretty awesome. I've never experienced this in all of my collecting. I would go to a shop, and there'd be a group of people there that we would always get together and talk. But this whole dynamic of the YouTube community, which I believe is holding up the comics industry right now, is just amazing. I love the relationships that have formed, through this channel, and meeting a lot of you online and otherwise. And it's really touched my heart, the way this community really cares for one another, and we all have this commonality of comics, just how great they are inside of our lives. And so I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you supporting me, and I'm going to be doing this for a while, guys. So that's it. That's the stuff I had for opening tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll do some more mystery mail calls going forward. But I will have a pretty huge CGC unboxing. That's my What's in the Box show. I actually have more books at CGC than I have ever had before. And that's because of a good friend of the show named Eric Strubble. And he is over at the Rogues Trader in Utah. And he has a pressing and cleaning service that is phenomenal. He has great customer service, and he does a fantastic job. And I gave him a chance on a very important book to me, and he did a fantastic job. So I sent him a bunch more, and I've got a lot of stuff at CGC right now. So when I get those back, I'll showcase those to you guys. And then he's going to be a partner of the show. We're going to open it up to have some codes for you guys to get some stuff cleaned and pressed at a really good price. And I'm really looking forward to that. So, but you can check him out on YouTube. Just check out the Rogue Trader. He's an awesome guy, and he supports the community big time. But again, really appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thank you so much. And you guys will be doing this going forward. But you know how I end this, as always. Remember to support your local comic shop and Excelsior, folks. Again, thanks so much for joining tonight. Y'all take care. Bye-bye now.